Hi, everyone, and we're back. We're talking with Mike Daly, Jackson City Manager. And Mike, we're catching up with the City of Jackson. I think we're at wastewater.
Mm-hmm.
And you were talking about probably the necessity for those rates going up because of one thing that's still going on in cities, there's not a lot of development with housing and issues like that with this is downfall in the economy.
Compliance with what we're discharging.
Right.
For a long time, the State Department of Public Health wanted to see Jackson's treated wastewater not go to Lake Amador, out of the creek. But fortunately, they were convinced otherwise. They finally had a policy change, and we can continue discharging into the creek all year round. The catch is that we still have to comply with all the new regulatory requirements. A lot of them kicked in 2010, and we've been fined over, probably close to $400,000 or so from these $3,000 a day.
Now, are those fines set aside like in a bank account where they can say, well, you can use them to update?
Fortunately, yes.
Okay. Good.
So because we're a small disadvantaged community, we don't necessarily just have to give the money to the state. We can use these monies to try to fix what the problem was. Exactly.
For the project.
So we've done some of that already. In fact, we've spent quite a bit of money already. But the big one is coming up, and that's the UV filters and the other things I was talking about. So that's what the rate committee is looking at, trying to figure out what the most fair way.
Once this is done, what is the idea of how of its lifetime of a fix? How long do they?
Well, it's a 30-year bond that we'll be borrowing.
Okay.
And hopefully this will solve our problems for quite some time. That long is the idea, but we'll see. You never know what's down the pipe.
All right. So we've got that. Now, ACE's rates?
ACE's rates have been very stable. They haven't changed since, I think, the start of the year, and we haven't received any proposals. But, we just updated our franchise agreement with them that kicks in on July 1st this year. We've been very happy with them, and I think they've been happy with the city, so it's worked out very well.
Does anybody else, this has occurred to me, does anybody have like an idea of like a turnover rate in say Jackson, like how many people might have moved out, how many people moved in? Is there anybody keep kind of a track?
No, it's kind of hard to know that, except for with water accounts and such. But and we had a lot of vacancies in the bad times there about 5 years ago. But fortunately, it's a pretty stable community overall.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now, I think we touched on commerce some. Seemed like it's fairly stable.
Yeah, it's increasing. Sales tax is projected to go up close to $800,000 this year, which is great because we were down in the 500,000s at the bottom of everything.
Are there any particular businesses that are bringing the increases? Is it seems to me, but it's only from what I can observe, as quite a lot of people, they're still eating out.
They are.
So restaurant activity.
That's a good thing.
And then, of course, the wineries in our county.
Yeah, but the grocery stores too, and Grocery Outlet's done a great job. Cost Less and Rayleigh's, they do a good job too. They're very popular with not just Jackson residents, of course, but with everybody. And we have a new big business coming in next to Grocery Outlet in the same store, which is the fabric place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't had a fabric place in a while.
Yeah.
Okay. And I was going to say that they, all the grocery stores, they face fierce competition. You go to Walmart now, and my God, half of it's a grocery store.
Oh, I know. It's pretty interesting to see that. So I know that a lot of people are very excited about that place coming in. And they're going to be opening probably around
going back
October
to the fabric
1st.
store,
Yeah, the fabric store, right?
And I know we used to have some, and Sue, my wife, would visit that and things like that.
Yep.
I'm not much of a seamstress myself, but I think they also are going to have art supplies and things as well.
Absolutely.
Right?
They're a great store.
And this is a very arty community.
Joanne's Fabrics is the name of the store.
There you go.
Yeah.
Say that again.
Joanne's Fabrics.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Joanne, if you are Joanne.
That's right.
All right. Okay, so I guess we can go into some of the events.
Yeah.
Coming up soon, going to be Jackson
Fireworks. July 3rd. Always a tradition here in Jackson. They've got their fireworks booth down in the grocery outlet parking lot this year for their local fireworks.
Okay.
And they're actually going to be selling up at Dieter Park on
Who
the 3rd.
says things don't change? They're no longer at the Dieter Park, but down
back where they used to be.
Okay.
Back at the grocery outlet location, which used to be the Safeway,
right.
and that's where they sold them. And then the big show at the junior high school, Jackson Junior High, on July 3rd, which is always a great show. And it's always a challenge in terms of the number of the people that come to town, and for our fire department, but I don't think it's really too much worse in town than it has been in previous years, so we'll be in good shape.
Okay, you kind of brought something up, but I'm going to go a little sideways into that at Jackson Junior High.
Mm-hmm.
We hear in the news a lot now that thinking about combining the high schools, Jackson Junior maybe moving or this or that.
Right.
But I believe a while back the Jackson City Council, did they come up with a position statement?
Yeah, they adopted a resolution back on June 9th, I think it was, regarding the school situation and recommending that the school district not close any of the schools here in Jackson. And that's for both the community feeling and also for economic reasons. A lot of those people shop here when they're in town if they happen to be picking up their kids or they just like to be here. So we'll see what happens.
So that's one change Jackson doesn't want to see.
I don't believe so.
I really don't think anybody really wants to see that
unanimously
happen.
passed,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So just going through there at closest, we have the fireworks. Great, big deal if you are a newcomer. It's a wonderful experience.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we got the pools. We got the great park.
Jackson Pool's open. Of course, one of the great things that happened last year was the work that the Rancheria did at Dieter Park and at the pool. It's been busy there this year too. I don't know what it is, but all the lessons have been filling up, and we've had great crowds at the pool for the recreational swims. A lot going on in the park all the time. So it's good stuff.
It seemed like you used to have troubles keeping the pool going, or that used to be a budgetary issue. Has it gotten more solid footing now?
It's still a cost to the general fund. The rates that the users pay don't fund the whole thing.
Okay.
But council has done everything we can and staff to trim the costs there, which we've done pretty well. And also to just accept that, sometimes you're going to have to pay general fund money to keep something like that going for people to enjoy.
Seems money well spent to this person.
Yeah.
All right. So, which is bringing us down. Did we leave anything out? I'm not sure. Did Jackson come up, the council come up at all with anything on the wild and scenic?
No, that has not been to our council yet. They have not talked about it. Whether or not it will be is still to be determined. And, I think you have a lot of variety of opinion on that. So whether or not someone wants to bring it to the council will be interesting to see.
Okay.
Yeah.
It might be, if someone brings it, it might be too late to
It might be anyway,
we'll see. During that.
Our next meeting won't be till July 14th.
Okay. We talked about the building inspector, so a couple of openings coming up there. Also, possibilities, finance director?
Finance director is looking at retirement later this year, maybe in December.
Who is that?
Carla Sirocco.
Right.
She's been with our. Okay. She started out as a clerk, and she's worked her way up to finance director. So
local girl makes good.
Absolutely, she does a great job for us, and we hope everything works out. But in the meantime, we're doing everything we need to do to kind of prepare for that, and we'll see what happens.
All right.
Yeah.
That sounds good. I think we pretty much covered everything. Anything you want to?
Oh, we got a couple new events coming up at the end of September, early October. We have the Kit Carson Mountain Men plan to do an event on the September 27th, 28th weekend, I think. And then there's also the Oregon Rally is going to be in Jackson this year instead of Sutter Creek on that same weekend. And then the following weekend is the old Jeeps, I forget what they're called, Austin Bantam, I think. They're going to be here in town, and they brought some already. I've seen them, and they're really neat. So they're going to be in town
Are
on
those the smaller?
October 4th. They are, yeah. October 4th, they're going to be closing the street down by the National, and it's going to be a really nice
How
show.
does that work out? We have like a little bit of time left when the city of Jackson closes the streets. Does that work out well for you?
Well, it does and it doesn't. So, we've tried to be more conscious about leaving that area of Water Street open in front of the National Hotel lately, even when we do close the street. We'll be doing that for the Austin Bantam show. It's one of those plus-minus things. It brings a lot of people to town, and they get to see who all the businesses are, but then it's kind of a little tougher to get to them, too.
I think it's like with the possibilities from what I hear, it's kind of like, well, maybe they're not in there this week, but they know where you are, and they know Jackson Square, so when they come back, then maybe they can park in front of your building.
Exactly.
And use it.
That's the idea, yeah.
Okay. And so I guess that must be what people settle on, because I think it's great to have events like that.
And special events are always things that people are asking for, so this is a good one.
Okay. So those events once again, and thanks, Mike, for stopping by.
You bet.
Thank you. And that's it for TSPN's news, and thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time. Lots coming up on TSPN. Stay tuned.
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN. You know